Today I'm going to show you 3 powerful restaurant automation workflows that you can build in N8N all without writing a single line of backend code. We are going to walk through each workflow step by step, and I will show you exactly how the automation works with live data, Google Sheets, and even AI. Let's start with something every restaurant struggles with, knowing how much stock to order. We're going to use historical data plus weather forecast and AI to predict tomorrow's ingredient demand. So this is a simple AI-powered demand forecasting, and this is the Google Sheet for the historical data of what sold, how much quantity it has been used, and what ingredients used. Let's hit test on the workflow, and boom, it will run the workflow. And we have our AI forecasted stock for tomorrow, super useful, which is super useful and smart. Let's say it says tomato required 7 kg, chicken thighs 6 kg, garlic 4 kg, and list goes on. So first we set a manual trigger. You can even set a scheduled trigger, but for the demo version we use a manual trigger. After trigger, there's a node of a Google Sheet which pulls all the data from the Google Sheet about the historical sales. Then the HTTP request, in which we get the weather forecast from Open Meteo API. Then comes a function node or a code node which combines the data and merge sales data plus forecast into one object. It will then ask ChatGPT to predict which ingredient will be in demand using this expression. So you are a restaurant operation assistant based on the following sales history and upcoming weather forecast. Predict which ingredient are likely to be in demand, and it will return a structured JSON in this format. Let's say tomatoes 6 kg, suggested quantity 5 kg of chicken breast. Added a code node which will parse the response. Then we get our response something like this, which will sit in a table form ingredient suggested quantity, and then we have a data passed. After the code node, we have Google Sheet in which we will parse the data and you will get a result something like this. So this is very smart, super simple AI-powered demand forecasting. Now for the fun one. Imagine a customer calls your restaurant. An AI assistant takes the order and instantly logs it into your point of sale and inventory. Let me show you how that works. So this is the VAPI agent. We have created an agent in which give a system prompt. You're a friendly restaurant assistant that take a customer order on a phone, give some instructions how to greet a customer, take their name, take their order, and call the function, submit order function that we have created specifically for this agent here, in which we pass some parameters: item, order, address, quantity, phone number, and the customer name. So we'll talk to the assistant when I'll show you how you can place an order and how it will integrate and populate the data into the Google Sheet and take an order, everything.
Hello, Nikki from Squad Burgers. How may I assist you today?
Hi Nikki, I want to place an order. I want 3 burgers, 2 cold drinks, 3 fries, 1 salad, and 1 medium-sized pizza.
Great. Let me confirm your order. 3 burgers, 2 cold drinks, 3 fries, 1 salad, 1 medium-sized pizza. Would you like this order for delivery or pickup? If it's for delivery, could you please provide your full delivery address?
Yeah, this is for delivery, and the address is 448 Uhudis J7V973.
Thank you. Could I have your name and phone number, please?
My name is Mohammed, and phone number is 263-399-5393.
Thank you, Mohammed. Let me confirm your order one more time. 3 burgers, 2 cold drinks, 3 fries, 1 salad, 1 medium-sized pizza. Delivery to 448 Uhu Dasam, JV973. Under the name Mohammed. Phone number 263-399-5393. Is everything correct?
Yes, definitely. That's it.
Your order has been successfully placed, Mohammed. Thank you for choosing Squad Burgers. Your delivery will be on its way shortly. Have a great day.
Thank you so much. Bye. So here you saw I talked to the assistant. The assistant asked me what the order, and she confirms what I placed, the phone number, everything she confirmed, and then she placed an order here on a Google Sheet. Mohammed, time, phone number, items, and the receipt and the address here in this sheet, as you can see this order. So for the nodes overview for this workflow, this webhook will be triggered when the VAPI assistant calls the submit order function and the other tool from the VAPI. It will then format the data into clean JSON with order ID, the customer name, phone number, and items. And then we passed the data into the Google Sheet and updated the Google Sheet, the one I showed you here. It's again very simple, so now we have our third and final workflow: staff shift optimization. Every manager wants to know how many servers or chef do I need tomorrow. So this automation figures out that for you on the based on the reservation volume. Here for the demo version, I again used a manual trigger, but you can use a schedule trigger which runs daily at 6 p.m., 7 p.m., or whatever time suits you. So we have a reservation sheet created for the sample reservation sheet created for like almost 31 customers, which will be reserved for day 20 at the different timings, guest table, and their names. In this sheet, we track each reservation and the number of the guests. The code tallies up how many people are coming per hour, and then we calculate how many staff we need. Let's test this workflow. That's it. So we got our 3 emails here, which is giving heads up. We have a reservation load of 51 guests at 9 p.m. tomorrow. Required staff is 15. Available staff we have 5, and please consider adjusting the shift or calling an extra staff. That's for the 9 p.m. tomorrow. Similarly for 19 and then for the 18. I will also send a message to Telegram that for this time you don't need extra people or extra staff. So what this workflow is actually doing, when we click on the test workflow, it will get the reservation from the Google Sheets which I just showed you, and it groups the guest per hour. So here you can see on the output, we have on 17th hour we have 8 guests. On 18th hour we have 34 guests. In 19th hour we have 29 guests, and 20 and 21. So it will calculate the number of guests per hour, and then there's another node in which we'll calculate the staff needed. For 17 hours, 8 kitchen staff we have, 1 wait staff we have 2, a total required 3, available we have 5. So will be good for the 17th hour, and for the 18th hour we need 5 more, so total required 10, and we have the available staff of 5. After this, we created an if node. We put an if node. If the total required staff is greater than the available staff, will go true. It will send an email to manager, which I just showed you. It says we need this number of staff at this time. If it falls, if this statement gets false for some hours, so it will send a message to Telegram which will say that you're good for this hour. And that's it. You just saw 3 restaurant automation workflows. Actually, it's a full AI automation infrastructure instead of, I would say, AI agent, coming from AI forecasting to phone order handling to smart staffing. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe, and let me know in the comments which workflow should we build next. Thank you.